What if this life wasn't your first step? What if your birth wasn't the beginning, but the arrival? Not a random event, but the culmination of a journey that began long before stars lit the sky, before your heartbeat, before your name was ever spoken. Something ancient was already unfolding. You weren't just sent here. You prepared to be here. This is the journey your soul took. Before the body, before the breath, before the forgetting. 7 sacred stages. 7 realms that shaped the essence of who you are, and who you were always meant to become. When you remember this, you stop feeling like a lost wanderer in a chaotic world. You begin to understand. You chose to come here. Let's begin. Stage 1. The origin of intention. The realm of divine thought. Before you had a name, before you had a form, you were a pulse of pure intention, a silent ripple in the mind of the infinite. You were not something. You were becoming. This was the moment of sacred conception, not of biology, but of purpose. In ancient teachings, this is the realm of the eternal thought form, where souls begin as whispers in the great intelligence. Not yet born, but already seen. Not yet shaped, but already known. You were the spark of a question, and the echo of your own answer. Let me go. Let me begin. And so, the path opened. Stage 2. The sanctum of soul agreements. The realm of the sacred council. Your soul did not make this journey in isolation. In the second realm, you entered the hall of alignment, a place where wise beings gather like stars to a constellation. Guides, ancestors, teachers, each with deep eyes and deeper memory. Here you were shown the outline of your life, the gifts you would carry, the shadows you'd heal, the karmic threads you'd be asked to untangle. There were no demands, only invitations. And when asked, will you enter the realm of forgetting, of pain, of contrast? You looked across the infinite expanse and answered, yes, I will remember through experience. The council did not cheer. They bowed, because only the most courageous agree to earth. Stage 3. The vibrational weaving. The realm of frequency and form. Before entering time, you had to align with it. The soul must calibrate, attune to density while carrying essence. It's a sacred narrowing. You can't bring all of who you are, but enough to leave a signal. In this realm, your frequency is woven like a sacred tapestry. Astrological keys, elemental signatures, emotional codes. This is where your timeline is magnetized. Your body, your birthplace, your moment of entry. All aligned by resonance, not randomness. You are not here by accident. You are a living frequency, designed to unlock something hidden in this world. But to activate it, you must forget. Stage 4. The veil of amnesia. The realm of the sacred forgetting. To truly live on earth, you must let go of what you already know. This is the passage through the veil, called by many names: Lethe, the cloud, the curtain. You drank from the sacred waters, and your memories faded like mist in the morning sun. Your past lives, your cosmic identity, your soul family, gone, but not erased, just hidden. Because without forgetting, there can be no discovery. Without mystery, there is no choice. Your guides wept, not in sorrow but in reverence, because they knew you would remember. Stage 5. The chamber of becoming. The realm of the womb. Now the soul enters the temple of incarnation, the mother's womb. But this is no passive space. This is your first initiation. You are wrapped in layers of energy. Your mother's emotions, your ancestors' echoes, the pulse of the planet. Each heartbeat teaches you. Each vibration embeds wisdom into your cellular memory. The womb is not just biology. It is a bridge. You are not fully here, but no longer there. It is the sacred in-between, a preparation ground for Earth's gravity. And in silence, you wait. Stage 6. The point of entry. The moment of anchoring. Then comes the threshold, the holy moment of choice. Not all of you enters the body, just a thread, just enough. The rest remains above, guiding from the higher planes. But that thread, that breath, that's it is your soul's agreement made physical. You become one with form. The mission begins. A soul compressed into skin. Infinity held in a single heartbeat. And the moment you inhale, the bridge is sealed. You are here. Stage 7. The sacred echo. The realm of the inner reminder. That you forgot everything. You did not arrive empty-handed. You brought a key. A feeling that never fully fades. that soft ache, that quiet knowing that there's more than the world tells you, more than the roles you've been handed. It surfaces in your dreams, in your moments of awareness, in the silent places between thoughts. It's the part of you that remembers what you never learned. And every time you choose love over fear, stillness over noise, truth over comfort, you fan the flame. You are not just this identity. You are a traveler, a soul that passed through 7 realms to be here. You volunteered. You prepared. You arrived. So when life feels heavy, when the forgetting becomes too loud, when doubt whispers in your ear, remember, you are not lost. You are returning to yourself. And every step forward is a step back into the wisdom you once carried. You were never just born. You were summoned, signed by your soul, blessed by the divine. And now, it's time to remember. There is a place beyond form, where the soul stands in full remembrance, where every lifetime is clear, where the purpose of your being pulses like a heartbeat through eternity. In that place you are whole. You remember every lesson, every vow, every bond of love. You remember the all. But then comes the turning point, the moment of choice, to grow, to expand. You must forget. To enter the human world, you must pass through the veil. The CEX Anime calls this passage the great unknowing, a shimmering threshold of light and mist, where your soul surrenders everything it knows, not out of loss, but out of bravery. Because if you arrived knowing all the answers, there would be no wonder, no challenge, no evolution. Imagine trying to climb a mountain while already standing at the peak. There's no thrill, no transformation. So your soul agrees to step into forgetfulness, to live inside limitation, to rediscover truth one breath at a time. And that is the gift of the veil. It creates the illusion of separation, so you can learn to choose love without guarantees, to walk through pain and still trust the unseen, to become the light in the dark. That's why you don't remember the soul council, why your past lives feel like dreams, why you've looked up at the sky and whispered, "Why am I here?" But here's the secret. The veil is not a wall. It's a curtain, thin, shifting, fragile in places. In moments of deep stillness, in wild dreams, in sudden goosebumps or déjà vu, you feel it, a pulse from the other side, a tug from home. That ache you carry? That longing that never fully goes away? It's your soul trying to reach through, trying to remind you of who you are. And little by little, you can begin to remember. Every time you sit in silence, every time you trust your gut, every time you follow the invisible thread of intuition, the veil tears a little more. And through those tiny rips, the light comes in, the memory returns. You are not this name, not this flesh, not this fleeting chapter. You are eternal. And no matter how far you've drifted, no matter how long you've been asleep, the truth of you has never faded. It has only waited for this moment, this spark, this awakening. So if you're ready to pull the curtain back, to reconnect with your soul's original agreement, I invite you to the Quantum Thinking Challenge. In just 21 days, you'll rewire your patterns, lift your vibration, and reawaken the gifts your soul buried before birth. Thousands have already stepped through the veil. Now it's your turn. We'll meet beyond the forgetting. Stage 7, the leap of faith, birth. After you surrender your memories, after the veil closes behind you, you arrive at the most daring moment of all, birth. The CEX Anime calls it the leap of faith. A radiant soul made of stars and silence. Dive into the density of matter. And no roadmap, and no guarantees. Just the invisible compass of trust. Trust that this world, this strange, heavy, emotional realm, will help you grow. Trust that through fear, through joy, through heartbreak, you will remember again. This leap is the single most valiant act in the universe. You abandon eternity to become a fragile, tiny form. You forget your wings to learn how to fly from scratch. You arrive screaming, naked, blinking in the light, and the world greets you with contrast. Soft blankets and cold air, loving hands and harsh noises. But inside you, a spark survives, the ember of what came before, the echo of the infinite. In early childhood, that ember glows brightly. Children speak of past lives. They describe places they've never been. They see what adults have forgotten how to see. But over time, the veil thickens. The noise of the world gets louder. and you start to believe the story they give you. You are small. You are just a body. You are limited. But somewhere in the quiet, your soul disagrees. It nudges you in dreams. It whispers during heartbreak. It shines through when you gaze at the stars and feel tears form, without knowing why. That is remembrance. You're not here by accident. Every challenge is a doorway. Every love is a mirror. Every loss is a sacred invitation to remember the leap and why you took it. So pause for a moment. Breathe deep. Feel the magnitude of what you agreed to. You chose this life. You chose to forget, so that every rediscovery would be real. To live as a human, and still remember that you are divine. That is the most powerful journey there is. Birth is not the beginning of life. It is the beginning of the quest to reclaim who you've always been. And now that you remember, something shifts, because one sacred question begins to rise. Why was all of this hidden from us? If we chose this path, if we are co-creators, if we came here with purpose, why were we taught we are powerless? Why do we feel broken, unworthy, ashamed? Here's the raw truth. Because a soul that remembers cannot be controlled. Throughout history, the powerful feared one thing above all, an awakened humanity, because awakened humans do not obey blindly. They do not cling to fear. They do not accept the illusion of division. If everyone remembered, religions would lose their control. Governments would lose their power. The systems built on fear would collapse. So the truth was hidden, not lost, erased, forbidden texts burned, sacred knowledge buried. Those who remembered, silenced, mocked, eliminated. But the truth is resilient. It lives in forgotten scrolls, in bedtime stories, in the coded dreams of children. And most of all, it lives in you. That restlessness you felt for years, that sense that something is off, that silent knowing that whispers, there is more. That is your soul, fighting to break the spell. And here's the miracle. No one can stop it, because your power to remember, to awaken, has always been yours. So now you stand at a choice. Return to sleep, or rise into the truth of who you are. The world may not be ready, but you are. Let the remembering begin.